I'm sure you guys saw, but Roblox yesterday announced some really big changes to how the platform is going to work, who you're going to be able to chat with, and basically how the game is going to play. And if we take a look at the forums here, you can see that it's gotten a lot of replies, and people are pretty mad about it. So I wanted to take a moment to make this video to explain to you guys what Roblox is even going to look like next year. But look, let's put down the pitchforks, let's put down the torches for a moment, and let's actually talk about what this means. All right, like what is going to happen now? So if you play Roblox, lock in and pay attention because you're going to want to watch this video. Now, first off, all of this starts with age checks. Basically, the next time you log into Roblox, you're going to have to do an age check. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make a random new Roblox account so that I'm able to do this and show you what that process looks like, but it's out for everybody now. Whenever you log into Roblox today, you'll get a notification somewhere on your homepage telling you you need to do an age check, or you should do an age check. If you don't see it, if you go to your Roblox settings, it should be there. Here it is right here. See, check your age to get more features. And then it says continue with selfies. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that. And this is where you have to use a webcam or a selfie or your cell phone in order to upload a picture of yourself so that Roblox can verify your age. Now, if you do not do this, because I've actually gotten reached out by a few parents in the past 24 hours and they say, hey, I'm not comfortable allowing my kid to upload a picture of themselves to Roblox or an ID or whatever may have you. And so if you do not do this, Roblox will disable your chat. You can still play Roblox. It's just all of your chat will be disabled. All right. You won't be able to talk to anybody, no matter if they're on your friends list or not. So that's what happens if you don't do this. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's click continue. Get ready for the camera. Great. Continue. Loading camera. There I am. Hello. And then it said, turn your face left. All right, there we go. Turn my face right. There we go. And it's going to estimate my age. And then it's going to give you an age here. Now, you guys probably have a bunch of questions based on this, but let's see what it gives me. We couldn't estimate your age. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to shut up. All right. Okay, there we go. It's done. All right, let's see if it works now. Maybe it'll work now. Okay, estimating your age. And it estimated my age as 18 plus. I just had to stop yapping. Okay, so now I am actually, wait a minute. I'm going to get to this in a moment, but when you do the age check, Roblox will actually put you in a group, and one of those groups is 18 to 20, and one of them is above 21. So does it think I'm 18 to 20 years old, or does it think I'm above 21? Because I'm 28. So if it put me as 18 to 20, that's a little bit of a problem. But either way, I guess it doesn't matter. 18 plus, 21 plus, it's, you know, same thing, I suppose. So now I am 18 plus, age checked, as you can see right there. Also, it doesn't matter what you put as your birthday on Roblox. They override it anyway. It doesn't matter. But anyway, as I was saying, once you get age checked, it's actually going to rank you into a few different groups. You have a below 9-year-old group. You have a 9 to 12 group, a 13 to 15 group, a 16 to 17 group, an 18 to 20 group, and then an above 21 group. And as this tweet here says, once age verified, you will only be able to chat with users in the same age group. So for example, if you're 16 or 17 years old, you'll only be able to communicate with users from the ages of 13 to 20. Anyone below 13, you can't talk to them. Anyone above 20, you can't talk to them. So you wouldn't be able to talk to me. If you're 9 to 12 years old, well, then you can communicate with people up to the age of 16, but anyone above, you can't talk to them. Or if you're like me and above 21 years old, well, then you can't communicate with anyone under the age of 18. So basically, I can't talk to anybody on Roblox anymore. It's over. Now, Roblox says that they're doing this to increase safety and that this should make the platform way safer for, you know, kids, adults, and everyone alike, right? And obviously, a whole bunch of people disagree, but there are some serious questions that need to be answered with this update. Number one, what if whenever you're doing your age verification selfie, what if it gets your age wrong? What if it makes you too old? What if it makes you too young? Well, then the only way to solve that and the only way to fix this problem is to upload an ID, which in itself is a privacy concern. It's a security risk. Why would you want to upload your ID to a website? That's a bad idea. Now, obviously, I've done it. I'm a Roblox YouTuber. My job is to provide you guys with Roblox content, so I've done it. But there's a lot of people that just aren't comfortable with doing that. Or what if you simply don't have an ID? What if you're 16 years old and you don't have a driver's license yet? And Roblox says you're, I don't know, like 13. Well, then what? Well, then you're kind of screwed. Because you see, the problem with age verification is the exact same problem as to why you can't just go into a bar or go into a nightclub based on how you look. You can't buy alcohol because you look like an adult. You need to actually show an ID, because some people just simply look like a kid. Some people look older. Some people look younger, right? Like, that is going to be an issue. That is a problem. And then some people will just say, okay, well then just upload your ID then. Well, again, what if you don't have an ID? What if you don't want to upload your ID because it's a security concern? There's a big difference between uploading your ID to a website on the internet and handing your ID to someone at the door so that you can get into a bar. It's very different. But once your age verification is done, and you can do that right now today, you'll be able to carry on and play Roblox as normal. That is until January comes. Because come January, these age groups are going to go into effect. And the number one question I get is, well, what if I have a sibling that's younger? Can I not play with them? I had a parent reach out. I can't play with my kid anymore because I'm so much older than my kid. What's going to happen with that? Well, you see, the only way to get around this update is by something called trusted connections. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the details and read this entire page on it, but essentially it works like this. In order to bypass these age groups, you have to be trusted connections with someone. How do you become trusted connections with someone? Well, unfortunately, you have to know them in real life. It says right here, you can only do this through select real life channels like contact importer and QR code scanning. So you have to actually, scan the QR code on their device. So that means that brothers and sisters will be able to play together, adults and moms and dads and their kids will be able to play together. But unfortunately, if you're a kid and you have friends that are adults, then you will no longer be able to play with them. And I know some people might think it's crazy that a 14-year-old could be friends with like an 18-year-old, but like, look, whenever I was a kid, one of my best friends, it was an online person I met. He was 18 years old. He was in college and he was one of my best friends. Do I know him in real life? Nope. Did I talk to him every day on like Skype and programs like that? Yeah, we were really good friends. Nothing inappropriate ever happened. So there are situations like that where kids will be friends with older players or older adults. It doesn't even have to be like personal, right? Maybe you just want to play Roblox together. Maybe you just want to play these games together. Well, now you're just not going to be able to do that. Now, there is one really big problem here that I'm sure you guys have thought about, and I'm curious what Roblox would say to this. Like, what do you think the majority of kids are going to do come January when this update comes out? They're going to go get mom and dad, and they're going to get mom and dad to do the selfie. And, well, that poses a very interesting problem now. Because if you have mom and dad doing your selfie for you, well, now you're going to get ranked as above 21 years old, which means you're going to have a bunch of 10-year-olds who can only talk and play with people above the age of 21. You're going to have kids who can only talk and play with adults. No other kids, only adults. That seems like a really big problem. Or the alternative could also happen. If you're one of those weird people on Roblox, you know what I'm talking about. What's stopping you from just getting, a younger sibling or some kid in your family to do the verification, and suddenly you're an adult that can only talk and play with little kids? That seems like a problem. And Roblox might respond and be like, well, that's a small percentage, but I mean, I don't know. Is it? Go into any 18 plus game on Roblox. Literally any of them. Go into Roblox Neighbors, 18 plus. You'll hear kids talking in this game all the time. Literally every server. Why? Because they got mom or dad's ID and they verified that way. And so now those kids will only be able to talk to adults. But there's another problem. There's another issue here. There's a lot of games on Roblox that require you to be able to communicate with players in order to play the game. 99 Nights in the Forest is the biggest game on Roblox right now. You kind of need to be able to communicate with your teammates in order to play the game. If I, as a 21 plus year old, join this game and I get grouped with a bunch of 13-year-olds, well, I'm not going to be able to talk to them. They're not going to be able to talk to me. It's going to make playing this game very difficult. Or like, what about games like Brookhaven, roleplay games? And I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but like this game, it revolves around chatting with other players. If you can't chat with other players, you can't really play this game. Like it roleplay. It's in the game. In order to roleplay, you have to roleplay with other players. Now, shout out to Roblox because they did actually reach out to me and they said that they're actually going to be matchmaking people based on age and if they can chat with each other, which means that when this update comes out, whenever you click the join server, whenever you click the play button, you'll get put with other people your age. You'll get put with other people who can talk to you. And that's good. That kind of solves that problem, right? Well, for some people. Because, like, if you're an older player like me, well, there's more kids on Roblox than there are adults. So, like, what am I going to do? What if I want to play a game that there's not a lot of adults playing. And so if I join in, well, now I can't talk to anybody, which means I can't play the game. And look, I'm not saying that, hey, adults should be able to talk to children, right? Obviously, it's weird. But like, some games, in order to play them, you have to be able to talk to your teammates. Like, that's just it. Like, how else are you going to be able to play the game? In Jailbreak, there's elements of this game where I have to be able to talk to people. Otherwise, I can't play the game. Now, look, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a little bit here. A lot of people, including me, will say, well, why don't they just make moderation better? And like, look, Roblox moderation sucks, okay? We can agree on that. Everybody agrees on that. Everybody knows it except Roblox, really. Roblox moderation kind of sucks, okay? Now, something we do have to realize here and something we do have to take into account. Roblox has over 100 million daily active players. That is about 1/3 of the entire population of the United States. That is more than double the entire population of Canada, the country of Canada. There are more people who play Roblox every day than double the population of Canada. Moderating that many players is not an easy thing to do. All right, there is no simple like, oh, we'll just hire more people. You'd have to hire a lot of people, like a lot of people. Like, you'd have to get the entire state of Florida moderating Roblox, right? Does Roblox still need to hire more people? Yeah. Absolutely, of course. But what I'm trying to say is, unfortunately, Roblox is in a situation where there is no simple solution. And because of everything going on, Roblox has decided to do the nuclear option. And so here we are. In the hopes that Roblox sees this video, though, I do want to propose a solution because I do actually, I saw something on Twitter that may actually solve all of these problems. You see, the big issue here is that, well, I can't play certain games and you can't play certain games if you can't communicate with people. But then if you let everyone communicate with everyone, well, then you're going to run into the problem that we have now. And that's bad actors doing bad things with people they shouldn't be doing stuff with. So I didn't know this, but back in the day, Roblox had a little feature called Roblox Safe Chat. And how it worked is it's a little bit like the emote system. It's a bunch of predetermined text prompts that you can put in order to chat with people. So like, for example, you can click this button to say hello. You can click this button to say goodbye. You can click this button to say yes, this button to say no. You can click answers to go to a bunch of answers, which would select movies and sports, and it's safe chat, right? You can't, there's no way to give someone your personal information. There's no way to say something bad or say something inappropriate because everything you can say is predetermined. Just put this back in the game. Add like another option somewhere on the screen so that everyone can use this. So that way, if we come across a situation where we can't talk to another player, where they can't talk to us, we can use Safe Chat in order to communicate with them. This would, solve the problem of roleplay games. Where they at? This would solve the problem of roleplay games getting decimated by this update. It would solve the problem of me not being able to communicate with teammates in games like 99 Nights in the Forest. And more importantly, it would allow kids to still have some way to communicate to everybody without having to worry about, people being inappropriate or anything like that because they're predetermined. It's all predetermined responses you can pick from. I was actually in the middle of filming the outro to this video, and this guy here, Steven, he's a writer, he's a journalist. And this basically sums up my thoughts with this. I think this is a good move, but I don't think it's the answer to Roblox's safety issue. They should be prioritizing human moderation, but that's expensive. Segregation is much cheaper. And that's essentially what's happening here. Do I like this update? No, I don't. I've told Roblox I don't really, I don't really like this age verification stuff, right? Maybe that makes me sound like a boomer. I don't know. But I also recognize that Roblox is in a really tough position here. They have more players than double the population of Canada every single day. How do you moderate that many players? I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not smart enough to know the answer to that question. There's a whole bunch of people out there that are way smarter than me that can probably answer that question. I don't know the answer to that question. So Roblox decided to take the nuclear option. This is the nuclear option. And this is what we got to deal with. So hopefully this video provided you some sort of value. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you're up to date on everything going on now. And good luck. I'll see you guys. Actually, I won't be. I'll see you. I won't be able to talk to you anymore, but I'll see you. Subscribe.